The YouTube star Brent Rivera, who has over 25 million subscribers, is currently getting cancelled after his absolute mountain of an ego and complete disrespect for other people was exposed by one man who asked one simple question.
Do you fake your videos?
How did this happen? Well, get ready for a rant. A YouTuber named Tyler Oliveira was filming at the Stanley Hotel, which is the hotel where The Shining was filmed, when he stumbled across two girls dressed up as the sisters from The Shining, who told him they were actors for a prank. And when he looked to his left, he saw the star of this rant, Brent Rivera. So Tyler put two and two together and guessed the actors were hired by Brent. He then went over to Brent Rivera and began interviewing him, starting with the now infamous question, do you fake your videos? Brent answered no, and that was pretty much all that was said in that initial interaction. But shortly after, when the two YouTubers met again in the lobby of the hotel, Brent had a bit more to say, and this is right about the time where he got himself cancelled.
Go have fun with your 100 subscribers, bud.
First up though, I'm having loads of fun making these video essays, and if you like this style of content as well, you can let me know by subscribing. If this video can get 10 likes, I'll definitely know to keep it up. So, Brent started off the process of self-cancellation by roasting Tyler for not having as many subscribers as him. Then, Brent Rivera's friend, the YouTuber My Life as Eva, backed him up by making fun of the fact that Tyler couldn't afford a directional mic.
You don't have a directional mic on my camera?
And then, he wrapped it all up by saying he doesn't appreciate disrespect.
I don't appreciate the disrespect.
What disrespect?
So basically in this 30-second interaction, we have learned that Brent clearly thinks having less subscribers than him is somehow a diss, that he's fine with his friends making fun of poor people, and even after dishing out the most brutal middle school level roasts, he won't tolerate any disrespect in response, which is obviously unfair. But believe it or not, this is only the start of the reveal of Brent Rivera's God complex. What he does next blatantly exposes just how inflated his ego is and how poorly he treats people that aren't fellow rich and famous influencers. But before we get into that, let's first talk about who Brent Rivera is and try and cover what possibly could have happened over his career that led him to have such an extremely big ego. Brent Rivera was young when he started his influencer journey on Vine and went viral by creating funny and OMG that's totally me type videos. But since day one, Brent Rivera was completely unoriginal with his content. His most viral vines were just directly copied off of famous Tumblr posts.
How was school today, Brent?
Good.
Why are you always giving the same answer?
Why do you always ask me the same question?
Then when Vine died in 2016, Brent Rivera moved to YouTube, where he worked hard and thought of his own creative ideas for a couple months, and then went back to his old habit of just stealing other people's content. Nice one, King. Brent Rivera has an entire library of videos completely ripped off of other creators, from the thumbnails, titles, video concepts, and even word-for-word copies of descriptions. Brent Rivera has stolen videos off the likes of Preston, Mr. Beast, and Eric, to name a few. He simply just copies the thumbnails and titles and makes a low-budget, low-effort version of the original creator's video. And to get longer watch time, he fills his videos with a bunch of goofy bits that are totally unrelated to the title. For example, in his video, YouTubers play Squid Game in real life, which he obviously just ripped off of Mr. Beast, he included a prank where he smacked his friend's butt in front of her mom.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't remember seeing that in Squid Games. The original creators of these videos were so fed up with Brent Rivera's blatant copying that they often confronted him about it in person. At the 2020 YouTuber Awards, Eric called him out.
Brent Rivera, you are most likely to copy my thumbnails. One of the biggest awards of the night. Congratulations on that.
And so did this woman at what seems to be a meet and greet.
I noticed you take posts off the internet.
I do.
Why?
Do I? I don't. They're from my heart.
As you can see, Brent Rivera has a long time habit of just denying allegations that are obviously true, and this is probably what allowed him to copy other people's ideas over and over again. But I gotta give him credit where credit is due. Brent does manage to give his own twist on his YouTube videos, but it's not a twist I would recommend other YouTubers to do, as Brent's signature content is presenting his relationship with his sister in the weirdest way possible, which makes everyone who isn't 8 years old extremely uncomfortable. Let me just give a quick highlight reel of some of Brent Rivera's videos just to give you an idea of what I mean. Going through my sister's phone. Never have I ever with my sister and boyfriend. Spying on my little sister and boyfriend. Third wheeling my sister and her boyfriend for 24 hours. And finally, my best friend did this with my sister? But you know, things like this happen all the time on YouTube. So at first when coming across these videos, I thought, you know what, it's fine. My thought process was just that Brent's going to produce a video to get the most views, and if this is the type of content that his fans want, then that's what they're going to get. But after I came across a video called Extreme Sibling Yoga Challenge in Target, where he was doing stuff like this with his sister, I was like, nah. My opinions quickly changed. Like, Brent, the guy in the thumbnail's looking at you like that because 1, you shouldn't be doing yoga in Target, and 2, you shouldn't be doing it with your sister. You didn't have to draw a red circle around his face, bro. Everybody watching this video and their mom is having the exact same reaction. Brent just seems to be dropping his morals left, right, and center. So after years of cringy vines, posting disturbing content with his sister, and blatantly copying other creators, Brent Rivera arrives at the Stanley Hotel on that fateful day to meet his arch nemesis that is Tyler Oliveira. After the roast battle in the lobby, Tyler just returned to his room and began preparing to film his video for the rest of the day. But unfortunately for him, Brent Rivera must have felt that he hadn't ruined Tyler's day to a sufficient degree, because he ended up calling security and police to get him kicked out. So despite Tyler having paid $375 to stay the night at the hotel, his trip was cut short. Even though Tyler was completely in the right, he obliged and left. But for an official Rant Club recap, here's what we learned about Brent Rivera, and why he's being cancelled. 1. Brent Rivera clearly has an ego through the roof and thinks he gets to control who films in his presence and who doesn't. 2. That he has no reason to have such a high ego because he copied his entire way to fame and success. And 3. Tyler Oliveira asked Brent if he kissed his sister because of the suspicions that were floating around the internet, to which he never said no, and just said he was going to kick them out. So you guys can do what you want with that information. About an hour before I was going to post this video, Brent Rivera unexpectedly uploaded somewhat of an apology video to TikTok. So to be fair as possible, let's see the situation from his side.
Things quickly get taken out of context, so here's the full picture. So right when I was about to pull a prank on my friends in a hotel, this guy came up to me yelling and accused me of faking the prank. And I'm not saying all my pranks are real, but this one was. We were just minding our own business, filming a video, so this was really frustrating given the amount of time, energy, and money we put into these videos to make great content for you guys.
So some of Brent's points are fair. It would be pretty annoying to have a guy like Tyler coming up, filming you and asking you questions. However, calling Tyler's video harassment is a bit of a stretch, especially as Tyler simply just asked if Brent faked his video, and it was Brent who first escalated the situation by mocking Tyler for his subscriber account. Brent Rivera also says that it was the hotel staff that called security and not him.
His actions toward us and other guests on the tour caused the hotel staff, not me, to call security.
But this is just kind of a technical loophole to dodge the blame, because he was the one who reported Tyler to the hotel staff, who then reported it to security. Although he didn't go to security directly, he was still the reason Tyler got kicked out. And we know this because he said this.
Rivera. Did you guys finish your video?
No.
Oh, we're not gonna be able to finish it then.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, they're gonna come and get you guys. They're gonna kick you out.
So Brent Rivera gave somewhat of an apology by saying that he could have handled the situation better by just walking away and not saying anything. But he doesn't take any accountability at all, as he puts all the blame on Tyler and just paints all of his actions as purely defensive. Which, if you've been paying even a little bit of attention in this video, you know that's not true. If Brent Rivera truly was just trying to get Tyler out of his way, he would have just answered Tyler's questions and that would be the end. But instead, he prolonged the situation by disrespecting Tyler, and despite Tyler agreeing to just go separate ways, he had to kick him out anyways. Overall, I want to give props to Tyler Oliveira for not backing down in the face of a huge creator like Brent Rivera, and exposing the side of him that we otherwise wouldn't have seen. Let me know who you guys want me to cover in the next episode of the Rant Club. For now, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.